can watch it again, or I'm sure that I would want to watch again. Okay, so hi everyone, welcome to the Wednesday night calling. And before we get started, I just want to welcome everyone. I know that tonight we have different groups that are with us, and of course, it's always wonderful to be, supporting a cross group to work together. And particularly for me, our Melbourne Million Dreams Committed Group is a group that I'm very much working very closely. But we also have Irene Chong's Malaysia group. I think some of the people are coming in as well. Of course, Adelaide friends too. So let's get started. First, maybe we can have a few people, 2 or 3 of you, that share with us, from last Wednesday to this Wednesday, since we had, well, actually it was last Tuesday, because we actually combined our calling with the wonderful MAWC debrief. Any particular positive or happy news, whether it's, in your life, in your business, that you'd like to share, just happy for you to either unmute yourself to share, or you can type it in the group chat here as well. Well, I'll get started. I'm very excited because this time, from Monday, which was yesterday, I started another quite a big group of TLS. Well, we've started officially the first 30-day plus some of the people that are doing my 12 weeks as well. And we've got, more than 20 people in this group, and I'm very, very excited. So I, of course, always, as you all know, have a passion, towards TLS. So I'm very excited to be supporting those that are in this group. So that's my positive news. Judy, I see that you've raised your hand there. Did you have a...
Yes, I'm starting to use the Zoom function.
The Zoom function, good on you. Yeah, I like that. When people raise their hand, it feels like I'm a teacher,
Yeah, I got a positive news this afternoon.
Okay.
A Hong Kong customer that my friend actually referred to bought something in January, but I saw him ordering by looking at my email from shop.com Hong Kong, and
Wow.
order another 2 OPC and the DNA isotonics. So I guess he has been going to my Facebook page and looking at the post that I created. So I'm very happy that the post somehow useful. So yeah, that's the good news from me. And yeah, would like to share with the team that Facebook pages, the official thing that being put is worthwhile to share it out. It could be helpful for your business as well.
Yes, wonderful. So is this your first Hong Kong customer, or you've got more than one already, haven't you?
Yeah, the first Hong Kong customer. So yeah, he's returning to buy another big order. So yeah, I got a feeling that it will be a strong customer.
Awesome. Well, that's so good. And so he's a father, obviously, because he bought DNA, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, very, very good. I love your earrings, by the way. You look very beautiful. Okay, welcome, everyone. I see some more friends coming in, so that's wonderful. And so who else would like to share? Some of our MMD leaders, maybe? Or anyone? Hello, Hui, Chelsea, Heidi, Karen, Julia. So anyone would like to either unmute yourself, or Debbie? Yeah?
Yep, I can do that. So actually, I would say last week, the biggest takeaway, right, for everyone is the local seminar by Stephen Hu.
Yes.
I think itself is already a very good energizer.
Yes.
That, hopefully will set us for the next few months before our next Sydney convention.
Yes.
Yeah, we really need that to keep us.
I know. I always feel like this. Sometimes, we go through difficult moments in our business. It's just part of it, right? And when we actually go to a local, we get energized again. And definitely agree with you that Debbie. Oh my goodness, that was such a great weekend, wasn't it?
Yes, definitely.
Yes, awesome.
All right.
And for those of you who are in Melbourne, you're welcome to join on Saturday. We have a group that we're doing debriefing of the local. And for those of you in MMD, of course, you're already invited. But for those of you who are not, but in Melbourne, you're welcome to join us. Just pay $5 as part of helping out with the the room. Anyway, so I can see Sophia. Hello, Sophia. So good to see you here. So you've made an appointment with 3 prospects this week. Well done. That's great. Wow. Who else? Yeah, Judy says she was very inspired by Stephen's teaching and sharing as well. So good. Sophia, you are actually crushing it. Like after you came back from from MEWC, I see that you're very on fire, and I love seeing that. And of course, you know, you're amazing. Do you want to unmute and share a little bit, or are you happy to just type it in the group chat? Yeah, Sophia, yeah. No, Mike, that's okay. Cool. Maybe one more person. So we've already got so far, you know, Judy and Sophia, and maybe one more. Someone that's probably maybe not in Australia. How about you, Vera? She's in New Zealand. Do you have any good news or anything that you'd like to share with us?
I'm afraid I haven't been doing much since I've been back here because there's a lot of things I've got to catch up on. So not so much in the sense of meeting people. In fact, yeah, I've been sort of self-quarantined for a little while since my travel.
Yeah, okay.
But but then
because you went back from Singapore to New Zealand, so you have to isolate.
No. I actually went back. I flew from Melbourne to Auckland, but well, you never know. So I did it. Yeah, even that I did it. Yeah, then yeah. But then, of course, I on the phone and all that, I do keep up with people.
Yep.
And I think the thing, even if you're at home, like a lot of people now, I think it's just keeping up with the relationship.
Yes.
I think it's just, yes. Even though we don't go out and meet a lot of people, I'll still continue to do that.
Yep.
I think that's the thing for now until I get a bit more active. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, Vera, because a lot of times we think, oh, you know, we have new customers or we do things that produce big results, but then in fact I believe personally that, you know, the daily methods of operation, like connecting with people,
the repeat customers, you know, you don't get to meet new people, but then you just keep in touch with people already your customers.
Exactly.
And yeah, I did get a few orders from repeat customers after talking to them, you know, and solving their problems. I think that's the main thing. They talk about some issues that they have, and then you solve their problems, and then they ask, is it good to do this or that, you know, this sort of thing. Yeah, that's what I've been doing during this time. Other than that, not much. Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Sorry, Lily, you actually raised your hand as well.
Yes, no, I just haven't got any good news to report myself, but I just want to remind everyone, whether in Australia or even in Malaysia and Singapore, that we have got a product symposium on in Australia. So if you're coming for convention, do come and buy the tickets for our product symposium in Sydney on the 14th and 15th of May. We are only at 38% to hitting our 200 tickets target. So please, especially those in Australia, Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, but even welcome those who are overseas.
Definitely.
Vera Beeson is a fantastic speaker. So come along.
Yeah, thank you, Lily. Well, that is positive news. The fact that we have the opportunity to have Dr. Deidre Mason to come, yeah, for sure. Thank you, Lily, for that. All righty, and so buy 2 if you can. Yep, definitely. Yeah, for sure. Because, you know, apart from yourself, if you are able to invite a guest, that will be even better. And as Lily and Hong very, very appropriately shared with us, and after listening to Stephen Hu as well, if we have health practitioner friends, which is very pertinent to tonight's topic with Dr. Mark, you know, is certainly something we need to be considering inviting. Okay, so let's leave this agenda item, and thank you everyone for sharing. But during the course of the calling, if you have other things you'd like to share, please feel free to put it in the group chat, and we can read it as well. So tonight, as I mentioned, I'm very excited to have my dear friend and partner, Dr. Mark Pasquale, to be sharing with us on a key topic on how to prospect health practitioners. And so, Mark, I just want to pass the time to you, and thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. Mark, you're on. Yep.
Mute off. Yeah. Okay. Up and running. Now I can share my screen, can't I?
Yes, sure. So if you go to the share button below,
yep.
Then yeah. Hi, Noreen. You're from Ireland. Wow, all the way from Ireland. You're on holiday.
Oh.
I'm joining.
It's saying that the host has disabled participant screen sharing. Are you able to?
We had the same issue last time when I was working with someone else. I think because I'm now using a new Zoom as a result, you need to actually go to, let me see, multiple participants advanced sharing. I did that. All participants. Yeah. I think I have to manually do the advanced sharing. Can you try now? Can you try now? Multiple participants or participants? Yeah, I've changed it.
Yep. Okay, that's it. Got it.
Yeah, I have to be reminded. And for those of you who've actually changed to the IBB with the new system, because Zoom will actually change because we're now in a better system. Only
all right, so can everyone see that?
We can, yes. Wow, thank you, Mark. Exciting.
Okay, so I should see on the screen here, supporting health professionals with wellness for your patients and practice. So this here is part of, I've taken a few slides out of the HP or the health practitioner PowerPoint program, but then I've also added some in there. In the slide here, what I've done is I've actually added, well, I've highlighted supporting, okay? So the reason why I've done that is because this whole thing is about supporting the practitioner to be able to supply to patients. And unless practitioners, what I've found is working with other practitioners, unless they're being supported, I think they're the same as everybody. They sort of, things get too hard. There's more extra work to be done. They drop off. They don't sell as much as they possibly can. But when you do have a practitioner that's on board and is supported, a lot of VV can actually flow through the practice. So what we actually look at is what most people think of, listening to the questions that patients are asking. So asking of the doctors, so the healthcare practitioners, what do you recommend to help me lose weight? Common questions, what multivitamin, calcium, omega-3 do you recommend? What healthy alternatives do I have? These are all questions that health practitioners are asked, but also pharmacies are asked this. And they don't really have as much experience as I suppose we do if we look at the research. So I've highlighted there, help the practitioner with information to educate them and to pass on to their patient or to the patient. So it's about educating the doctor or the health professional, so therefore they can pass on that information to the patient. So with regards to supporting, really, if anyone does, and if anyone is supporting a health practitioner or a practice, they should be pushing information to them very regularly so that they can actually move that on to their patients. I think it's one thing to keep in the back of our mind. Don't just expect that practitioners will go and get all the information that they possibly need to give out to their patients because they're busy too. So here's an example of some of the support required. So display and pricing. This is how our practice display looks like. So we see how we've got the isotonics there. So the second shelf at the bottom there, there's the daily essential kits. We've got the Live Better Longer books, TLS books on the right-hand side. The brochure, which I'll be mentioning a bit later on. Aloe right up the top. So yeah, so not packed in, nice and clean, nice spacing. Pricings are there so that customers can actually see what they're actually buying. So that's what a practitioner needs particular support to help set up their display. If you can help set up their display, they're going to be more successful.
Looks amazing, Mark, by the way.
Thank you. So, so basically the questions that everyone continually goes to with regards to practitioners are how are the isotonics, or how is Market Australia different? So many of the popular brands have attractive labels but are full of ingredients, but often they contain unhealthy ingredients which they've got to be aware of. So this is the type of information that the practitioner needs to be supported with. So artificial chemical dyes, artificial chemically synthesized flavoring agents, preservatives, disintegrating agents, bulk fillers such as talc, starch, hydrogenated oil, chemical coatings. Not only do we need to be, if we're wanting to help health practitioners with their practices, to be speaking about these, but it's about finding information about these consistently and continually pushing that information to them as well, so that they know that they've made the right decision bringing on the MA products in comparison to others that are out there. So Market Australia does have a big commitment to quality. Products lead lead the industry, have cutting-edge ingredients, sound science, and exceptional quality control. I'll be going over a bit of the science as well. Support is needed to be given to practitioners such as research, videos, everything like that. There's Nutraceuticals website we actually are able to access. It has many videos. There are many videos from Dr. Deidre Mason. There are many health practitioner videos that are made by the company. There are many videos that are actually made by companies which actually make pycnogenol. So they're all over the place. It's a matter of investigating, getting them, keeping a file of just having them, and then just drip feeding them to the practitioners that you're actually helping and supporting. So with regards to the product brokerage advantage that Market Australia is, so obviously Market Australia identifies the latest market-driven products from the best manufacturers, provides comprehensive and synergistic formulations based on current research, and offers a wide variety of products formulated by experts in the industry. It's also important to have a link to the panel and the panel representatives for their health professionals too. That's available too, and we should have a link there. What I do is I actually keep just a little a Google Doc, which is an Excel file, and it just has the title, and then it just has the link of whether it's a video or it has a web page link, and I keep all those links accessible there. So whenever I need them, I just go there and grab them.
Oh, wow.
And the difference, obviously, as we know, being isotonic capable nutrition, that's the big benefit. High quality tablets, gel caps that have exceptional absorption rates. What happens is, in comparison to tablets and capsules, the isotonic form is a better way of having it, more bioavailability, measurable patient results, science-based solutions, which basically this is what the practitioners want. They want to know how are they setting themselves apart from other practitioners and other practices that they're really in competition with as well. I mean, an ideal world is we'd all actually get along, but you know, there is, you know, when it comes down to it, it's basically competition. So for them to have the best stuff, to have the best research, sound, being able to get it to their patients, it really does gain a lot of confidence and belief with regards to what they're doing. So I don't think, and I'm not sure whether I need to reiterate too much on the isotonic capabilities of the products that we actually have, but the delivery is far superior than anything else. And being able to control the measures is key with regards to the isotonic capability. The quality ingredients that are sourced are second to none. The formulations are fantastic. They're always being looked at by the panel. They're sometimes changing as well. Keep an eye on things such as multivitamin as an example, that sometimes the formulations change. So health professionals value better delivery, better compliance by their patients, better results because of that. And the patients love it because they're easy to take, they taste great, and the results they can actually feel in a short period of time. That's one of the major questions that I get. What does it actually taste like? So I actually give samples, which I'll actually grab a couple of in a second. So here's an example of the support required brochure. So you may have seen this, you may not have seen this, but if you haven't, you need to have a look at it. This is downloadable in the back office. We've printed out a lot of these, but now you can actually buy them from the company. So it was back in the time where they didn't actually have them available for us to buy in sets. And so that's what we use, and very, very valuable. So it's sort of like a few page document. Back page is very valuable as well, because on the back page you can actually see how it's got the benefits. They're actually bullet pointed there with regards to the isotonicity, the ingredients, etc., etc. And also one of the things to look at is on the back panel here. One of the things you've got to do is actually put the details. So we put our practice details on there, and actually have our website on there. So that's I'm going to show you that, but that's it's called a mini website, which we just have. You can actually choose what items you actually want on there. It's not the whole shop.com website. So when I direct a patient to any of the research, the products, the costings they order, I direct them to our mini website, which everyone has actually access to. There's in this booklet, there's the science and advantage of isotonics. It's there in black and white, so become very familiar with that. And then also at the bottom there, we have isotonics versus standard tablets, capsules, and soft gels. So if you haven't read this, this is the go-to. This is the most important document with regards to supporting health practitioners, because this is what we give out to our patients. Whenever they buy something, they get one of these as well. So therefore, it sits on the kitchen table. Their family members look at it. They understand what it is. It's got our practice details on it. It's got our website details on it. It's got everything that we actually need there. Very, very important. Another thing that can be used to support health practitioners, materials and flyers. Here's an example of our file in the practice. So this is just a 4-ring binder with plastic folders, and it has all the different product infographics and how to take. So that one's the OPC there, and how to take the isotonic formulas. And we just keep 5 or 6 on hand all the time and hand those out to patients whenever they need them. Whenever we're talking about it, we'll go to this file here. On the left-hand side, we just keep a little Excel sheet of costings. So what the daily serve is, and what the daily serve is of, for example, when we talk about OPCs and the expense, we don't actually talk about I don't say it's $94 for the bottle. I say it's about $1 a day. Yeah. Or, to take OPCs. Or if we're talking multivitamin, or we're talking vitamin C, we'll talk it in a daily dosage. So therefore people can actually compare to the tablets or whatever they're taking. Another thing we actually have is we also have another folder, a second one, which is the manufacturer's information on pycnogenol. This is from www.pycnogenol.com. This is a fantastic resource to send patients to, and practitioners will want to know this. There's all product brochures, everything from sport to cardiovascular health, to skin health, to vascular health. Did I say that already? I'm not sure. So there's different brochures basically, and we print out those, keep them in these plastic folders, and then when we're speaking to a patient about a certain health condition, we take that out and put all the latest research compiled in a small document there for that. Another thing that we use a lot of, and I didn't take a picture of this, but there's the Live Better Longer book as well. We have a sticker with all our details here stuck to the front. I give this out regularly. When someone brings it in and has read it and they return it, I say, no, take it, keep it with you as a resource, or give it to someone who, whose health is important to you. So pass that on. So that's another thing to use. So those two basically are very, very important. Now this is an example of the MIDI website. So here is an example of the products which we have on ours. So you can interchange these whenever you want, however you want, and have whatever information you want there. A health practitioner that you're looking after, you will need to do this with them. They're not very rarely they're going to sit down and, do it themselves, know how to do it, etc. You need to really do it with them, so that therefore, if they then move to, bringing on other practitioners as well, guess what? They're sitting down and doing it for them too. So, this is something that needs to be supported. So as an example, you can choose your name of the mini website. Our name is www.au.opc3.com/true wellbeing, and there's many different names you can actually choose off the system. That's all in the back office. I hope everyone's actually seen that. Now, with regards to what practitioners need to know, they need to know basically that there's two forms of income that can actually be made. The first form of income is retail profit. So you buy a product at wholesale, you sell it to someone at retail, and you make that difference in retail profit. The second form of income, though, is business volume commissions. Now, with regards to business volume commissions, there's two programs which practitioners or health practitioners can have. They can earn commissions on the business volume of their own sales, or they can, like the normal unfranchised owner, they can receive business volume commissions from the volumes of the group too. So, and I'll go into that in a little bit more detail. But for success, what practitioners need help with is helping patients maintain an ongoing wellness program and calculate your profits based on the number of patients, maintaining a monthly reorder of the product. So what it is and what it looks like is, say for example, someone's on OPC3, once a month or hopefully once every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, they're getting some more information about what's the latest research, why is OPC so good. I do excerpts out of the Live Better Longer book, send it out to patients who are actually on OPCs, because when they get it, their investment in their health is then warranted. They've spent the money, they've bought the product, they're taking it, and then if they see the research, they then say, oh, right, yeah, I understand that. This is exactly why I'm taking it. Time and time again, when they come back in, they thank you for the information that you're continually feeding them. So practitioners do need help, because sometimes they don't know how to do it very often from the get-go, but also they can be, and their staff needs to be busy. But you can sort of create some pretty simple systems to do that. So there's two account options for health professionals or health practitioners. There's the International HP1. So I've highlighted there in yellow, this is an introductory account. It's generally used as an introductory account to get them understanding about how to order, how to sell, how to pass information on. Simply, there aren't the things that need to be done, such as transfer buy isn't needed. Many other things aren't needed for a health practitioner. Basically, we just imagine that they're just buying at wholesale off the company, they're selling to their clients, and they're also receiving some commissions on the BV that they're actually accruing as well in their banks. So they need to know, health practitioners need to know that obviously retail profit they'll be getting, and then they can earn up to $1,500 Australian per week, depending on how much volume they actually do accumulate. So pretty simple there. Now, with regards to the international HP, this is the full distributor health practitioner account. This is similar to every unfranchised owner, where one needs transfer by, UFMS, which is the unfranchised management system, etc. That's the $26 a month. All these things, annual renewal, etc., etc. All these things need to be taken care of, just like a unfranchised owner or every other unfranchised owner. But the bit of the difference is that one of the things is that a practitioner will, and I suppose just if a practitioner has a network of practitioners they're working with, they're looking to introduce this to them, and therefore then they can actually receive BV and group volume from these practitioners as well in the organisation. So I'm just going to quickly go back to how the HP1 works for the introductory account. So here it is, the practitioner is sitting there at 001. They have also 3 banks too, like everybody does. When they put in an order, they just separate them between 002 and 003, 50-50 on either side. And then what happens is the banks accumulate. And then the same, when it reaches 1,200 points on the left and the right side, they get $300 extra. 2,400, another $300, 3,600, another $300, and then at 5,000 on the left and 5,000 on the right, they receive $600. That's in total $1,500 potential on a weekly basis. They don't necessarily, when one is actually selling to customers, unless they're selling massive, I haven't seen a practice yet that is selling massive amounts of volume by themselves to be accumulating 5,000 on the left and the right yet. I don't know whether there is anyone else has experience of practices that are, but you know, $1,500 once every couple of months, 3 months is fantastic for the bottom line of a practice, and that's what they're after. So, oh, don't want to do that. So that was just the HP. That was just the international HP there, where if they want to, they can take another step and introduce other health practitioners to join the network as well. Now, why this is valuable too is that therefore then once the practitioners start finding research amongst themselves and start sharing it amongst themselves, therefore then it goes to a wider range of patients as well and communities too. So it starts to gain a bit of momentum. That's what I found with a couple of practitioners that I'm working with. They start to find some things, flick it across to me, I'll have a look at it, and then, yeah, get it out to my patients as well. So that's pretty much it. That's almost 20 minutes on there, Kitty. Yes. So the bottom line is supporting the health professional. So one of the things that I've seen in the past as well, when one has a health practitioner who has actually wanted to distribute the isotonics in their practice, they've clapped their hands and they've said, fantastic, I'm done now. It's like, no. This is when the work starts. The work begins once, and this is like an unfranchised owner too. Once an unfranchised owner, and this is, I suppose, why we do trial runs. This is why we do all the work to continue to keep them supported. Once someone becomes an unfranchised owner, the job's not done. The job is just beginning. And that's especially important with a health professional, because not only, because let's say a normal unfranchised owner, they can somewhat take or leave the business. They're probably working somewhere else. They're probably doing, the unfranchised business on the side. But hey, a health professional, this is their bread and butter. And also this is their what do you call it? This is their
main income, isn't it?
No, not income. It's their reputation. Reputation goes along with any of the recommendations that come along. So, what's the worst thing is if they've sort of been recommending something, like for example, they get OPCs or isotonics into the practice, and they start talking about it to their patients for a couple of months, 3 months, and then all of a sudden they're not getting support and they stop talking about it. That's their reputation takes a hit.
Yep.
It's because they've got to be backed by the research. They've got to be backed by why they're actually doing it and why it's actually best for the customer. And that's the way to get more sales for the practitioner. Obviously, then more BB.
Yep.
So, and BB is what we're all after. So yeah, so that's it, Kitty. That's all I've got.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much, Dr. Mark. Wow, as a health practitioner, health professional, sharing from your own experience and how we can actually support others is just the best. So thank you
You're
so
welcome.
very much. Yeah.
And one of the things too, these are very important too. So these, I give these out. So when I'm talking to someone about OPCs or something like that, I give them a sample. So it has a couple of brochures in there with regards to how to take it. And then it's also got the OPC brochure, how to take it. And then it's like, well, it's almost like, well, they don't have a choice. It's like, well, you're trying it. You don't have to, say yes to buying the $94 bottle. Try it.
Yep.
See how good it is, and then you can make the investment in your health later on if you choose to. So that's really valuable. So I got those. Got vitamin. I do them in vitamin C. We do them in digestive enzymes. All those sorts of things. They're very valuable.
Yeah, so trial size marketing has been something that we've been sharing a lot, and it works. It absolutely works. So thank you, Dr. Mark. Appreciate it. So if anyone has any question, you feel free to actually type it in the group chat. But in the meantime, Mark, you can share, and I'll share the agenda item, please. Thank you so much. Great. All right then. So basically, yeah, I would, of course, share with you from my own experience that having health professionals and practitioners in a team is amazing because you can learn so much from them. Like I've learned so much from Dr. Mark, but at the same time, they sometimes not only do the health and nutrition, like for example, Mark, he even does web center. So, across to other lines and divisions as well. And that's amazing. So let me just quickly.
Katie,
Yes,
Mark?
Debbie?
Yeah. Mark, is it, when you joined the business, was it presented to you that you can join as a HP or a UFO?
Mark, you unmute yourself, please.
When I started selling the isotonics in our practice, we didn't have the HP program.
It wasn't available yet.
Right.
But now it is, so yeah. But I would personally think that if they do have a network, then the full distributorship is by far the better option, isn't it, Mark? Because then, of course, residual income is something that, is available and leveraged at the same time.
Yeah, it is. It's more of a commitment, and what we actually find is that with the HP one, it's pretty straightforward. That practitioners would just buy off the company, sell to their patients, and then they just receive commissions along the way, which is an extra bonus for them. Yep. But yeah, with the full HP, international HP, there's the extra requirements that they've got to be wary of. Yeah,
agree. So depending on, of course, their situation, and these are available.
And also understand too, with the full HP, international HP, they're not actually getting commissions on their BV volume until they're actually activated too.
That too?
Right. Okay, but if they are activated with 2 HP, they are then entitled to their ongoing income, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Mm-hmm.
But an HP1 doesn't have to be activated. They just receive commissions on their own volume in the left and right banks.
Right. Thank you, Mark.
Okay, so yeah, so Noreen.
I have one more question for Mark.
Yep.
Hui here.
Go ahead, Hui. Yep.
Mark, the HP1, when you say it on the $1,500 per week with 2 center, 002 and 003, does it mean that every volume that are generated through the sales of the products, it has to be distributed on both sides? Is that how it works?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I either advise putting one order in on the left and then one order on the right, or split up the order to the left and the right.
Okay, thanks.
Mark, may I ask, will they need to fulfill like the auto ship, like 50 BV, or doesn't matter? So there's 001. Do they need to put like BV into it every month?
No.
No requirements whatsoever.
No, with HP1.
No, not with HP1.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So yeah, to Richard asked a question, like, in regards to about $1 a day with OPC3, and of course, Dr. Mark, most of the time we would say like double dosage for those that are about 35 kilos, then probably would be $2 a day.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. But I think it's also a good idea, Mark. I think you would agree that if we actually promote like the daily essentials kits, it's only like just about $3 if they get the other 3 at the same time. So it works synergistically together, don't you think?
Daily essential kit, $2.88 a day.
Yeah, exactly. So that's really worth it. So I find personally, when I tell people, okay, if you just get the, OPC3, that is really good, but it's $2 a day. But if you get the other 3, it's under $3 and it's even better. So then you can then upsell to a daily essential kit rather than just OPC3.
Oh, and also awesome information on the weekend of the local seminar by Stephen with regards to the daily essential kit. Like putting it all into a big container and then refilling the bottles back up with the 4 mixed in one. It's like,
that's brilliant, isn't it? I know.
And 5 in 1 as well.
It's just common sense, right?
One last question, Mark. Mark, if you are given a choice now to make a decision, would you think that HP is a better, route, or to be a full UFO?
For a health practitioner?
Yep. If if you can come back and talk a little bit, which would you have preferred?
My suggestion is to bring them in as an HP1 getting them supported with all the information research, getting them selling, getting them earning some BV commission checks, $300 here, $300 there, and then them saying, well, what's going on with these extra payments? I'm making retail, I'm making some extra money here. Okay, how does this organization part of it work? Oh, well, then it's, you bring another health practitioner and you receive the BV for them as well. So what? How does that work? It's like, well, that's the way it works. So
yeah, because I'm
think,
trying to prospect one doctor, but I'm just wondering, she just find that there's just too much work with being a UFO.
Yeah, you keep it simple. Yeah, get them to buy off the company, sell it at retail, make the profit, earn some BV checks on their own volume, and then once they're making that money, then they say, okay, well, that's when they're making $10,000, $15,000 a year extra because of then they start saying, okay, what's the next step here?
Yeah.
Okay. Can a HP brings in one side HP and another side UFO?
Yes.
You can do that as well. Okay.
Yep.
So essentially, Mark, is that for health practitioner, is that looking for their network as well. Is if they have working relationships with different health practitioners, is that a way how they can expand their network? Like, for example, for yourself?
Yeah, well, yes. Well, like in the presentation, it says like even, and I've seen it many times, staff become unfranchised owners and they start moving through their networks. But what one has to remember is that a properly supported health practitioner can be moving anywhere from 400 to 600 to 700, 800 BV a week. So, to get how many unfranchised owners would one need to have that volume going through? They need that level of support with, they need that increased amount of support because it's a bigger engine that they're actually that's happening.
So you're saying that just numbers games in practicality, in the sense of 400 to 800 BV a week, to fulfill a 5,000 BV, how long does it take for you to do that? Or someone's punching.
So for 5,000, so if say you're doing 500 on the left and 500 on the right.
Basically, you need 10,000, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll take 4 to 5 months to make $1,500.
Okay.
So that'll be about $3,000 to $4,000 a year plus retail. So that'll be almost about a $10,000 engine.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I'm aware that our time is actually a quarter 10 to, so we probably have to end here. And of course, if you've got any question, you can always approach Dr. Mark individually.
No, I want to answer more questions. Come on, Kitty.
Well, did you remember you had to give a gong to Ken last week? I've got a gong here. Dong dong.
Thanks, Mark.
Well done, everyone.
Well done, Mark. You did really help us understand a lot more, of course, for those of us who are looking at, reaching out to health professionals. But just a few more questions here. Judy was asking, the specific little container that you showed. I basically, suggest that you can actually get that, Judy, in the MA Gear, right? Mark, you bought from MA Gear, right? Yeah, so that's available.
Yep, MA Gear.
MA Gear, at the back office, you can order that. And what else? Sophia, HP has to sponsor HPs in order to get activated. No, anyone, just like all of us. You can sponsor anyone that to get activated. It doesn't have to be HP only. All right, and thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Okay, that's it. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so since we only have a very short time left, I think I'll just skip agenda number 3. We were supposed to share, our favorite exclusive products or partner store. So if you guys want to just type it in and share, maybe, in the group chat, one partner stores that you've used, in the last little while, that would be great. But number 4 is an important part, of course, of our weekly accountability, is to share about our back office accountability, because I think for those of you who were actually on last night with Kevin Buckman, he was talking about a 90-day accountability. that can be a bit daunting if you're new, but if you can do that, by all means, I think it's a great system that we can actually, get into to do the 90 days. And of course, there are so many different ones like the 6x6 with Mr. Carl Eklund, but the one that Susie has shared with us and a few of our team members have been using is the one that is in the back office, weekly accountability. So I know that within this cross group, there are different, accountability being done with your respective groups. But no matter what, I would highly recommend that if at all possible, if you're not too busy, to get into one, because I personally find that in order for us to be doing measure, monitor, adjust, and control our, how we are doing, accountability is a really good tool. So is there anyone in this group, maybe just one person, to share their experience of accountability or how they went last week? Is there anyone here at all that is doing accountability right now? Debbie, yeah? No?
Yes, yes, we are doing it.
Why don't you share your experience with us then? Yeah?
Really need to keep track. So a small team of us, of course, Chelsea is here, Huey is here. We actually just kind of make each other accountable for the activities prior the whole week.
Yes.
So what we have done, what audio we have listened, we talk about the audio we have listened, and then we talk about the goals setting, of course, the reading that we need to do, the goal statement,
yep.
And we go through the contacts we have made and the new names that we have added, and so forth.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's a good way to go about it, and certainly would encourage everyone to do it if you can. So just going back to agenda number 3, we've had a few people who've indicated they have purchased products from partner stores. Dr. Mark Book Depository bought another book this week, very cheap and free delivery. Wow, I love Book Depository as well. And Hui, of course, Woolworth, good guy. New microwave, I saw that, yeah, Chelsea said that your microwave has not been working and you just got it straight away, right? Colgan. And Richard Woolworth tried this morning to buy TP and got kicked out. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Toilet paper is not available these days. I know it's a little bit paranoid, a lot of us. We have to be stocking toilet paper now. And of course, Virgin Australia tickets for Colic. That's wonderful. Yeah, I've started, of course, looking for tickets to Sydney Convention. I highly recommend that. And like last week, I shared about, or the week before, a really good partner store that we can use for accommodation as well. So anyway, so that's awesome. Thank you, everyone. And so finally, ANOVA, yeah, okay. So you guys, you can just basically read the chat to find out where everyone has purchased different things this week as well. And of course, we do have a Shopping Annuity Australia group. And for those of you who are in your respective countries, you would have your Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong's Shopping Annuity group that you can go into to share with your respective countries as well. So the last agenda, this is mainly the Australia one, is the activities that are coming up in Melbourne, in particular for the MMD group, but everyone is really welcome to join us, those of us in Melbourne. But of course, if you're not in Melbourne, then you would have your own self-producing activities as well as events. So this coming week on Saturday, we have a face-to-face calling and HBP as well on Saturday from 12:30 to 4. I've actually not updated this one, which was an old one. So for those of you who are in Melbourne, if you're interested to attend the face-to-face calling, it will be from 12:30 to 2:30. Then we'll have HBP from 2:30 to 4:30 for 4 o'clock at Ashburton. And then we have UBP on the 19th of March. So I would recommend those of you who are actually, of course, starting to continuing to, prospect people to do one-on-one, two-on-one HBP to invite them to the 19th. So working towards that. And then we have a TLS training 101, 201 on the 22nd, 29th, and we have a Motives 101 and Skin Solutions. So then we've got April and May. I don't want to read through it. You can actually either take a picture or ask me if you're interested in all this information. And for those of you who may not be in MMD, if you want to explore, you're welcome to come along, and we welcome every single one of you. And of course, for those of you who are not in Melbourne, and if you have guests or prospects that you would like them to be involved, you're welcome to join us as well. And so finally, as we've mentioned, and Lily has also talked about, that the importance of attending the product symposium. And it's very pertinent that Mark has talked about tonight, being, reaching out to prospecting to and supporting health practitioners. Definitely, if you've got people that are, health practitioners, to invite them to this product symposium would be a really good way for them to see from a very professional health practitioner, Dr. Deidre Mason, to attend. Again, it's the 14th and 15th of May, just before our Sydney convention. And it's only $175. It might sound like it's not a cheap event, but in fact, if you look
125, Kitty.
125, sorry, yeah, 125. It is actually very, very cheap in regards to having someone of the caliber of Deidre Mason, right? And if you were to attend, I know for a fact that, for doctors, they attend, because I've got, doctor family, just a weekend would be like at least 500 to 800, so this 2 days for 125 is still. And anyway, so I am aware, as Lily shared with us, that we're only up to 28%, and if we don't reach 200 tickets by the 15th of March, then we won't be able to have the privilege of learning from Dr. Mason. So highly, highly recommend, whether it's you're in Australia or not. Of course, those of us who are in Australia, definitely order, not just yourself, but invite a guest as well. But those that are, I know that here we've got Diana, Vera, and some other people, I think, yeah, that may be watching the replay later, that you might have guests here as well. So anyway, is there anything else that you guys would like to share? If not, then we'll just call it a night. Thank you again, everyone, for being on. Definitely would love to continue working alongside all of you.
Hey, Kitty.
Yeah, Holly.
Hey, Kitty. Hey, there's a skincare training in Melbourne this Monday. It's a public holiday, so I will post the information in MMD.
Okay.
Some of you guys already know. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Hong Ling.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kitty. Thank you, Dr. Mark.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Kitty.
Dr. Mark. Bye. Thank you, Kitty.
Bye.
Bye.
Not everyone.
Bye.
Bye.